Hello everybody, this is Vinayak and welcome back to Works for Lifetime, your go-to source for Linux tutorials, server management tips brought to you by Vox4.com, your trusted provider for lifetime VPS, dedicated servers, managed WordPress hosting, monthly VPS plans, and lifetime web hosting based on cPanel. In today's video, I will show you how to start, stop, restart Nginx on your Linux VPS. Before starting our tutorial, I would like to introduce you about Nginx and what is the use of it. Nginx is a high performance and open source web server that handles many simultaneous connections using minimal resources. It is a very vast tool and isn't just used for basic web hosting, but it also works as a reverse proxy or load balancer. Nginx can also be used as a caching layer. The role of Nginx in modern infrastructure is for hosting websites, which can either be static or dynamic, API based or web applications. For example, if we want to deploy MERN stack projects, which consist of MongoDB, React, Node, etc. Also, we can deploy Magento, WordPress, etc. CMS on our servers using Nginx web server. Nginx is also used in load balancing to distribute traffic across servers for better performance and minimal downtime with great redundancy. We can also use Nginx to perform reverse proxy, which has been used for handling and forwarding client requests to backend servers, improving performance and security. Next, it is also used for SSL processing because of the SSL TLS encryption and decryption. Nginx is a popular web server. It's in high demand due to its speed because it is built to handle high traffic with low latency, such as a very large blog or an e-commerce website. Nginx has more flexibility and it is easy to configure for many tasks like caching, proxying, and SSL certificate management. Also, Nginx is more stable because it uses minimal resources even when the website or our server is under heavy load. These are some key factors which differentiate Nginx from Apache web server. Moving further, let's look at why managing Nginx web server is important for us. Nginx is acting as a backbone of many websites and applications. Keeping it running requires proper management, which includes starting, stopping, and restarting the service as needed. There are several scenarios where the management of Nginx web server is required. For example, if we want to deploy updates in our configuration file of Nginx present at /etc/nginx/nginx.conf or software updates. Also, the management of Nginx is useful for resolving issues regarding a service such as PHP, etc., or to resolve errors or malfunction. The management of Nginx web server is also possible and very widely used for performance optimization for increasing our SEO functionality and giving a boost to our websites because of the load configurations to save time without downtime. This means that if we are using Nginx web servers, we will be seeing a very much improved speed among our websites and it will load the configurations very much faster while avoiding downtime. Also, Nginx is used for routine maintenance because shutting down Nginx for system update or migration is important. Before moving further, I would like to tell you the requirements for managing Nginx web server. First of all, we need a Linux based system that we can access via SSH or command line. You can buy one from vox4.com. We provide you with lifetime VPS, dedicated servers. Once this is done, we will need a user with administrative privileges, such as a root user or any other user which has sudo permissions to manage Nginx web server configuration files. Now we will go ahead and check if Nginx is installed on our Linux server. To do this, we will go ahead and copy the command present in our blog, that is nginx-v. I will copy it, go to the terminal, paste it and press enter. This command shows that Nginx version 1.18 is installed on our Ubuntu based server. I am using Ubuntu. If you are having Alma Linux, we will be showing you the commands to install Nginx web server in the next section. If Nginx is not installed, you can install it by using the command sudo apt install nginx if you are on Ubuntu or Debian based systems. However, if you are on CentOS or Red Hat based systems, use the command sudo yum install nginx. You can also use sudo dnf install nginx to make sure it is working, because in some Red Hat based distributions, yum package manager is not present. Moving further, I will tell you the commands to control nginx status. The first command we have is start. It is used to start our Nginx web server. Next, we have the stop command to stop our web server. Also, we have restart command, which is used to restart our Nginx web server, while the reload command is used to apply configuration changes without restarting the server. Also, we can use the status command with our Nginx server to check if the Nginx web server is up and running or not. Now, we will look at some ways to managing Nginx web server status using various commands such as systemd. Modern Linux distributions use systemd as default service management tool. To start Nginx using systemd, go ahead and copy the command present in our blog, that is sudo systemctl start nginx. I will copy it, go to the terminal, paste it and press enter. This command will start the Nginx web server which is present on our server. Similarly, if we want to stop the Nginx web server using systemd operation, I will go ahead and type sudo systemctl stop nginx and press enter. This command will stop the nginx web server. The sudo systemctl start command is used for starting our web server in case the nginx web server is not active or offline. Similarly, the command stop is used to terminate and kill all the processes of nginx web server. Moving further, let's look at how to restart our nginx web server. To restart it, we will use the command sudo systemctl restart nginx. I will copy it, go to terminal, paste it and press enter. This command will restart our nginx web server even if it is in the stop state or start state. It can be used if you want to check or apply new configuration changes on your Nginx web server with a new session and process ID. Moving further, let's look at how we can reload Nginx configuration with the systemd command. We reload our Nginx configuration to apply changes without interrupting active connections or stopping the Nginx web service. This method is beneficial for minor updates where a complete restart would unnecessarily disrupt or terminate the existing connections to our web server. Command to reload Nginx configuration using systemd is sudo systemctl reload nginx. I will copy it, go to terminal, paste it and press enter. This command has restarted and checked for our Nginx configuration and applied the latest version present on our server. Similarly, if we want to check the service status of Nginx web server, if it is active, running, started, stopped, or it is failed, we will go ahead and use the command sudo systemctl status nginx. I will copy it, go to the terminal, paste it and press enter. Since our Nginx web server is running, it means that there are no configuration errors and anybody who wants to view a file or a website on this server can do it without any interruptions. Second method which we can use to manage Nginx configuration is using sysinit. For older Linux distributions, for example CentOS 6 or Ubuntu 14, SysVinit is the default service management system, because although modern systems have mostly adopted systemd, it's still essential and important to understand sysinit commands if you are working with legacy environments and older systems. To start Nginx with the sysvinit commands, go ahead and type sudo service nginx start. I will copy it, go to the terminal, paste it and press enter. This command is somewhat slower than the systemd commands, which are systemctl, and they take a lot more time, which cannot be feasible or viable in big organizations or in scenarios where a web server is handling a lot of traffic. Now, if I want to go ahead and stop this web server, I will type sudo service nginx stop and press enter. This command will stop Nginx web server. To check the status of Nginx, simply we will go ahead and type sudo service nginx status and press enter. If the Nginx web server is running, it will show us the active running command or the status, while if it is not running, we can see inactive or dead present in the terminal session. Now, if we want to restart our Nginx web server, I will type sudo service nginx restart. And if I do a status check again, I will see that the Nginx web server is up and running. However, the sysinit command is not only limited to Nginx configurations, but other softwares as well. Moving further, let's look at how we can reload the Nginx configuration in SysVinit. To reload the Nginx configuration, we will go ahead and execute the command sudo service nginx reload and press enter. This command will reload the Nginx web service on our Linux system. Moving further, let's look at some best practices for Nginx management. To validate or check if our configuration file for Nginx web server is correct, we will use the command sudo nginx-t. I will copy it, go to the terminal, paste it and press enter. If you see Nginx configuration syntax is okay and the test is successful, it means Nginx configuration is 100% correct and there are no issues with it. Also, you should use the reload command instead of restarting the web service of Nginx to minimize the downtime by reloading the configuration updates only and not restarting the whole Nginx service, because it can cause a memory impact as well as the resources impact on your server. If you want to monitor logs of Nginx configuration, you can go to the directory in var/log/nginx/access log for viewing the access logs and error log file for viewing the error logs. Similarly, if you want to create backup configuration before making any changes, use the command sudo cp/etc/nginx/nginx.conf space our backup destination. I will copy it, and in my terminal, instead of using the same directory for a backup file, I will use the root directory. I will type root over here and press enter. Now, if I do ls, you can see Nginx configuration backup file is present in my root directory. This is useful if I don't want to mess up with the etc directory, because it is a system level directory and should be handled with care. Now let's look at some advanced tips for troubleshooting Nginx web server. If Nginx web server is failing to restart, you can use the configuration testing command I showed you earlier, that was sudo nginx-t. Simply copy it, go to the terminal, paste it and press enter. If you see the OK and test is successful, it means there are no configuration issues. However, I would like to request you for reviewing your error logs which are present in the var directory. To view them, copy the command, go to terminal, paste it and press enter. Since there are no error logs being present over here, it means that there are no errors which were generated on Nginx server. Similarly, to handle port conflicts, use the command sudo netstat along with the grep command and a pipe. I will use the command sudo netstat-tuln and use the grep command for filtering the ports 80 and 443. I will copy it, go to terminal, paste it and press enter. The port 80 is available right now because we have not yet set it up the port 443 for HTTPS connections. If you want to have a look at how to set up HTTPS connections, go to our YouTube channel and our blog. You can find the articles over there. The port 80 is listening over TCP IPv4 and TCP IP6. That's it for today's tutorial on how to start, stop and restart Nginx on your Linux VPS. We covered basic service management, reloading configurations, checking status, and troubleshooting. If this video helped you, don't forget to subscribe and share it with fellow Linux users and sysadmins. For more guides, check out our blog linked in the description. And remember, whether you need lifetime VPS, dedicated servers, managed WordPress hosting, monthly VPS plans, or lifetime web hosting based on cPanel, Vox4 has you covered. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.